college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to the home of the Big Red and the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky in Bowling Green. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the New Mexico State Aggies, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. New Mexico State will kick it off and we'll be underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers offense will get first crack at it today. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Hilltoppers come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys are the...
Trying to beat the D deep. Grabs it inside the 10. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? That is brutal. An explosive play like that to be wiped out by a mistake. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. He got a hand on it and deflected it, but probably just got a bruise off that missile and gave up the completion.
Yeah, not used to handling the revolutions on that football. QB zipped it in there. Nice job getting the deflection, getting your hand on the football. That's what you're supposed to, find the football, but the offense got the break and got the completion.
Well, they're running the curl route against zone coverage, so the quarterback knows he's going to have to put that one on his receiver. And you saw the velocity and the arm talent this guy has. That was a missile.
On third and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
This offense has really gotten to a nice rhythm here on their opening drive of the game. Running the ball, getting it down now into a goal-to-go situation. They really have established a bit of a physicality here early. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
He'll keep it himself. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see.
Sneaks it in.
And how about the job by this offense? This is not a scrub defense. This is a top 10 defense in college football. You got to take points whenever you can get them. Nice job putting the drive together, putting 6 on the board. No matter how it looks, you just got to keep fighting with this squad.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So New Mexico State's offense will get the ball for the first time. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
So now it's 2nd and long. The corners are walked up tight. Misfired on first down, back to the air on 2nd. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
This offense comes out clearly wanting to throw the football. Nothing good on first down with incompletion. And how about this? You've got to protect your quarterback. That is priority number 1, and they give up a sack on play 2.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Rides to back and leaves it. At the 20, he's got space. Open field on the right. Touchdown, New Mexico State. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
I mean... Go. That's a day's worth of yards right there on one carry. The home run hitter takes the snap, gets the football. He does the rest, shows off the speed, taking it 90-plus yards to the house.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Might be calling a hot route. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Got his man. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
The Hilltoppers have their offense in high gear. To the air on first down. Here's the pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Motion from the wideout. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Man, you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
And the Hilltoppers getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He's got him. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Tight end now in motion. Wants to throw again. Makes the grab on the left. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Simple pitch, simple catch, easy little drag route right over the field. It's a nice timing route. You can run it versus man or you can run it versus zone and have a lot of success.
Might be changing the route. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Caught near the sticks. It's McNabb. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. The Hilltoppers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Grabbed in the backfield. It's McCray. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Hilltoppers. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
We check in with Kevin. What's going on, Kevin?
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Purdue is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Purdue, Pete, isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Indiana. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Leon. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
Well, you can afford to be a little bit late as a quarterback when you're throwing crow routes into zone coverage when you've got an arm like that. This dude's got a cannon.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Using the quick game. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And you got man-to-man coverage, and you're running that curl route. That ball has to come out. You know you're going to get hit. Like, you know you stopped your route. He's going to be right there, but does a great job securing the catch, getting the first down.
Here's a hit. Caught behind the line. It's Denson. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. It's complete to the left. Still on his feet at the 45. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Denson. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Send the tight end in motion. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. The Aggies can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Leon. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, that was pretty easy for the quarterback, right? You just need a few yards to pick up that first, so you find the tight end, put it on his body, let him go do the work.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, you just sort of felt like this defense had to do something to get this quarterback out of a rhythm, right? He's been picking them apart all drive long, and finally they come up with a sack.
The Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Unloads it left. Makes the grab.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
And the Aggies started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Touchdown, New Mexico State. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And the extra point was good. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the 2nd quarter. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Find some fresh air. Got the first down and more. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Western Kentucky. broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ballgame. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
And the Hilltoppers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The offense will have another go at it. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. That's caught. It's Denson. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Really nice job by the quarterback, dropping back, understanding. He knew his wide receiver was going to drag across the middle of the field. Good timing, waiting for him to come open, hitting him with the strike.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Wants to throw it. Unloads to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's loose on the right. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Well, in that kind of situation, in that field position on your own side of the field, 3rd and short, defense was definitely thinking run, and instead they throw the football, they catch him off guard. It's an explosive play, now setting up 1st and goal.
This New Mexico State offense is pushing all the right buttons. Motion from the wide receiver. Marches ahead. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got 2nd and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he didn't force the ball into coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can guarantee points. You still got 3rd and goal coming up, and if you want to go for it on 4th.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
How about the defense bowing up, making two big plays back-to-back, second and goal, sack, third and goal, sack. Nice job by the defense, not giving up. They gave up some yards, but they didn't break in the end.
And this one is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Purdue is putting on an offensive clinic. They've built a big lead, and this one is approaching blowout territory. They're up by 15 over Indiana. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking downfield on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Breaks into the open. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
The play-action fake. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Grab near the marker. It's McCray. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's third and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside. And this is why it's so important, David, to get the run game going, because it sets up play action and gives them an opportunity to take these types of shots down the field.
And it's just so hard because as a defensive lineman, when you give the play action, I'm thinking run, I'm playing run, slows that pass rush down just enough and sucks those linebackers up, make those passing windows so much bigger. Nice job by the offense.
They'll run it from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Back to pass on second down. Gets it out fast. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw on third down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, WKU.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The give to the lone running back. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got some space. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
After that huge play, let's see if they can punctuate it. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Throwing right. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
I think we got a little bit sloppy on that route. You need more separation if you're going to give your quarterback a better target trying to complete that in throw.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Makes the catch. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try to power their way ahead. They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on third down. This offense has already converted once on fourth down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Quarterback may change this route. Wants to fire on second down. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Toppers. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
And now, with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Fires to the big fella. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Denson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
They're desperate to do anything they can to try to slow down this guy who's just been spinning bean all day. A little carried away with that roughing penalty. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Denson. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. New Mexico State lines up quickly.
And that's perfect for the defense. You'll give that up all day. You're winning this game by multiple possessions late in the game. Play big zone coverages, keep the ball in front of you, and tackle the ball carrier inbounds.
Nowhere close on on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Third down play from the gun. Punts it out of the air. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the...
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him, and they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack here.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Pressure coming. Just gets rid of it before the Heat. Can't make the grab in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down. Doesn't convert this time.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Off play action. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here comes the Heat. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Now on 3rd down for this offense. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He's looking deep. Pulls it in down the sideline. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
The Hilltoppers with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
Rushes on him. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here with a big lead in the game. You're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Another incompletion on third down.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an L.
Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They dialed up the perfect call, splendid execution. Now they've got it threatening. 1st and 10 from the 27. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
At the 13-yard line. First down for the offense.
From the red zone, looking for a man. And it's caught. Touchdown, Aggies!
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Stanford is just getting tuned up today. This is like watching an MMA fight where you start to question your own morals. Who sanctioned this bout?
The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw it.
Going for it all. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Makes the catch. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Sends it back in motion. Just keeps slinging it. He wants it all. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing to the football to the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
He might want another play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. It's complete on the right side. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Passing game very effective on 2nd down. What about here on 3rd? From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's McNabb. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? The snap sets up to throw. Looking for the goal line. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Hilltoppers. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over, and this coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So
picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
False start offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Got it. Jackrabbit.
Gets the back moving. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Illegal blocking back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Ready? Here we go.
He'll set up to throw. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Western Kentucky. And the route is on. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And they tacked on the extra point. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Back to pass. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. New Mexico State will be forced to punt. This will be a 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's got it near midfield. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit him right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know